Hi everyone, I'm Naomi. Welcome back to the Black Metrics. Peace and blessings to the ancestors who built institutions that outlasted them, to the elders who measured success not by personal achievement, but by community capacity, and to the builders watching right now who understand that representation alone has never been enough. Every year, we celebrate the same narrative. One student earns the full scholarship. One graduate lands the position at the top firm. One entrepreneur breaks through and gets featured on every platform. And we hold them up as evidence that progress is being made. But here is the structural problem. Celebrating individual achievement without building the collective systems to support, sustain, and replicate that achievement is not a strategy. It is a coping mechanism. Individual excellence without collective accountability produces representation without transformation. It produces more faces in more spaces without changing the structural conditions that determine who has access to those spaces. Achievement must be reinvested. Knowledge must be shared. Resources must be pooled. These are not simply moral exhortations. They are strategic requirements. A community in which high achievers consistently exit the community ecosystem and reinvest their talents and resources in external institutions will be perpetually depleted of its most capable members. The Posse Foundation, established in 1989, was built on a straightforward insight. High-achieving urban students who attended elite universities often left before graduating, not because of academic inability, because of social isolation and the absence of a supportive peer community. The Posse Foundation's solution was collective. Rather than sending individual exceptional students to elite institutions alone, it sent cohorts of 8 to 12 students together. The result was a 90% graduation rate because collective support systems outperform individual willpower in every measurable category. The insight is not simply that community support improves individual outcomes. It is that collective orientation changes what students are working toward and why. This is the same compounding logic we identified in the Employment and Business Sovereignty series. Capital that circulates within the community builds more than capital that exits it immediately. The same principle applies to human capital. Talent developed within the community and remaining accountable to it builds institutional capacity in ways that talent exported permanently to external institutions does not. A community in which high achievers are expected, culturally and institutionally, to reinvest in the community ecosystem will compound its capacity over generations. This means alumni networks that connect graduates back to their communities of origin rather than simply to their institution's development office. It means mentorship pipelines that systematically connect emerging talent with established leaders. It means investment funds that deploy the capital of successful community members into the institutions and enterprises that serve the broader community. It also requires a shift in the narrative framework through which success is understood and communicated. When the stories that a community tells about success feature collective builders who created institutions that outlasted them, the community learns that the highest form of success is system creation. Educational sovereignty requires both kinds of stories: the exceptional individual who breaks through, and the collective builder who creates systems that produce consistent outcomes across entire communities. But we have historically been very short on the second kind. It is time to change that. Stop celebrating the exception. Start building the system. Read the full briefing at blackmetrics.space. Educational Sovereignty, Volume 4 of the Sovereignty series, is available now. From Data to Destiny. This is the Black Metrics.